Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Hemingway Jones live pen show. This is our little corner of the internet where we talk about fountain pens, inks, journals, and journaling, and just about everything and anything that's going to keep you inspired. And we do this every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live. Also, we have more pop culture references in this show than an episode of The Simpsons. And also more lofty, high culture references than an issue of The New Yorker. So, we try to keep it fun. We try to keep it interesting. My vow to you is to never bore you. That's what I am striving, trying to create some interesting conversation, interesting ideas, interesting video. So there you have it. That's who we are. Now I'm going to tell you what we're doing tonight. We have such a full roster for tonight. I don't know how I'm going to cram it all in 1 hour, but I do intend to. And I have a whole bunch of different topics to discuss. Probably 5 or 6 things. So it's going to be very fun, very fast paced, I imagine. And also, we are at a kind of a turning point here, and we don't even know it because there are so many interesting things coming up on this channel. I feel like it's going to kind of improve us for the better, and we're never going to look back. So it's going to be pretty epic. And part of it is in connection with tonight's main topic, which is, remember when I told you I wouldn't buy another Grail pen? I lied. So that's my terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. I'll never do that again. Please remind me, all the lovely people that are here tonight, please remind me to never do that again. Just cut me off. But it's a quote from the movie Commando. And, in a different context. So I'll get into the story, and there's a story. And at the end of it, I think you're going to say you did the right thing. So we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the Onion Skin Journal, which was a surprise hit on the channel. Who would have thought? Did a lovely video on that. I want to talk a little bit more about that briefly. And also, kind of fill you in on a guest. We're going to have guests again, which is pretty lovely. I'm pretty excited for that. And our first guest is going to be Vanessa Root, also known as the poet Remy Road. And this will be next week, which will also be an intense week. I have such a schedule for you guys. I have so many things to speak about then because I know what's going to happen between now and then, and you guys don't, but I do, which is kind of fun. I'm so excited. I'm like a little kid. I have secrets, but you'll know very, very soon, so I don't have to hold them for long, and I'll talk about that too. So next week, Vanessa Root will be joining us at 8:30 p.m. So we'll have the beginning of the show to speak fountain pens and to do follow-up on all the epic things that are about to happen on the show between now and then. And then the remainder of the hour will be our guest. And then at some point, I'm hoping to have Vincenzo on from Fountain Pen Therapy if he would answer my emails. I sent two emails. Now, one was in Italian, so maybe he, ignored that one. But the second one was in English, and I haven't heard back. So I only reach out twice. So, Vincenzo, it's on you, brother. If you'd like to come on the show, I'd love to have you. You seem lovely. Fountain Pen Therapy. Part of this kind of shifting I'm talking about is that for a long time, I feel like this channel has been very closed. We're sort of like the, I guess like the Tokugawa shogunate, okay? Do you guys know Matthew Perry? Are you familiar with Matthew Perry? I think you probably are. Commodore Matthew Calbraith Perry, who opened up Japan to trade with the United States. Japan was like a closed society at the time. The United States came, big show of force, opened it up to trade. And Matthew Perry was there, Commodore. I wonder if it went by Matt, Commodore Matt Perry. But anyway, I feel like we're opening up a little bit. So I'm starting to pay a little more attention about what else is going on around me, because I do suffer from myopia. I'm myopic sometimes. Strike that from the record. All right, before we go any further, I need to recognize some of the beautiful people who are here, some of the wonderful members and everyday visitors to the Tuesday night supper club, the Hemingway Jones live pen show. Marcus, the lovely, talented Marcus Souza, $25 super chat. Good evening, contribution to keep the lights on, 25 US. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it. The lights are on. And thanks to Marcus, they will stay on a bit more. So thank you. Trying to make the channel self-sufficient. It's been my goal since inception. I just would like it to be self-sufficient. You might not see it. I get lovely, generous, kind support from the members who I am constantly thanking. They might be sick of me thanking them. I hope they are, but they deserve it. The members of this channel are generous with their knowledge. They're generous with their time. Most of them are here tonight, or they're going to watch the replay tomorrow. Thank you guys. Love you all. Appreciate it so much. But even with that, I put a lot of money out. This is an expensive endeavor. So, it'd be nice to have the channel self-sufficient. So along those lines, I'll just roll this out now, even though I was going to speak about it a bit later. Skillshare has approached me and asked if they could sponsor a video. So they pay a sum, and then I do a Skillshare commercial, which I think is kind of fun. So at some point soon, there'll be a Skillshare commercial in my video. And the money will go toward probably me purchasing a pen or some such to invest back into the channel. But I'm really excited about that. I kind of feel like it's like, I don't know, it's kind of nice they'd reach out, because they usually work with much larger channels, but they see the growth we have here. They see all you wonderful guys, and they want to be a part of it. So I'm really happy and impressed. So that should be super fun. So I do want to say something else too that's very important to me, and I want you guys all to know. Some of the lovely people in this channel are dealing with some stuff, and I just want to kind of send out my love specifically to them. Terry, I know you're going through extremely hard times. Thinking about you. I know everyone here is. So we're in your corner. Wolverine, I know you're making your way back. I see you in the comments. I hear from you on text, and we talk on the phone sometimes. Love you, buddy. Wolverine was very active early on, disappeared, but never really left. And Allie J's not feeling that well, so I'm sending love to Allie J. You're one of the people that really inspire me here. You know I go to you for advice all the time. I see you're here tonight. Sorry if I'm embarrassing you. Actually, Terry's here too, so I'm sorry I'm embarrassing any of you. But I just love you guys, and I want you to know I'm thinking about you. I don't think I could express it enough. So thank you. All right. Now I'm going to have some tea. And then I'm going to say something interesting, I hope. Mint tea. Moroccan mint, guys. Moroccan mint tea. So good. Oh, look at this. Look who's here with $20. Thank you very much, Vincenzo. You lovely chap, you. Even though you ignore my emails, I'm trying to date. I'm trying to get a date with you, take you out, have you on the channel, and you're not paying any attention to me. $20, apologize for not having seen your emails. You don't have to pay me to apologize. I do appreciate it. And I'm really glad you're here. But just send me a message offline and let's pick a date. I'm sure everyone here would love to see you on half of the screen, okay? And, bring really good questions. Start thinking about whatever you'd like to share. I'm happy. I'm very transparent. and hope we're good friends. And I'm hoping very much that you're coming to the Commonwealth Pen Show. I saw on your show you were flirting with the idea of coming down to Somerville, Massachusetts. So I would love to have you. Terry's here. Nice to see you. Okay. So let's talk about which pen I'm using. I'm very schizophrenic these days, guys. Very much. Let me go over to the camera, talk about some pens that are on hand. I'm so excited. I'm like out of breath. Okay. So I've been doing quite a bit with the 149. Quite a bit. The reason is it's full of Oxblood. Of course, it's a classic. One of my oldest pens that I've had continuously. Not the oldest. I wonder which one is my oldest that I've had the longest. It would be probably my Cartier Diablo or my Schaefer Legacy or one of my my Filier pens. So this is in my onion skin journal. I've been writing in Oxblood, just in Oxblood. You know, this was a mistake I made. Do you hear this? So I did my video. I made a couple of mistakes, minor mistakes, but mistakes nonetheless. And I'd like to take this opportunity to clear the record. And I think when Vanessa Root's on, she'll probably call me out too. Just minor things. One is I really wish I had included the sound of the pages more prominently in my review, because part of the joy is just turning these pages. You know, it's the noise, the crinkly noise. So fun. Yeah. So fun to turn these pages, okay? So I did put it at the end of the review, right before the end credits. I have the noise, and it really comes out. I kind of wish I had done it earlier. So that's one. My second mistake is my terminology. I called this bleed through. This isn't bleed through. The ink on this does not bleed through. It ghosts. And I conflated those terms, and somehow it got by the edit. I don't know if I did it once, twice, but I did it enough and too many times. It's not bleed through. It's ghosting, because you can clearly see the ink doesn't go all the way through the page. But super fun to use this. So I did want to clear those things up. And if you're going to use this, I really think it helps to have a Birmingham Pen Company paperclip. They're really handy and they're so aesthetic. So buy something from Birmingham Pen Company so you can get the fun paperclip. That's why they do it. But really lovely sounds. Has met a lot of new friends in having this out there. A lot of new people kind of picked up the channel. Allie J says there's a poem about the ghost cat. There is a ghost cat poem. Now, a lot of people attack me in the reviews saying, making fun of my poems and whatnot. And I have very thick skin. It really doesn't bother me. Plus, I'm published and they're probably not. So remember that. But these are what I call poems. But the way that I work is I write very quickly. And then I get an idea down on paper. And if I like it as an idea, I take it out of here and I work on it. So this is sort of the original idea, but I don't really consider it a finished poem until I've spent time, and maybe I like to hunt for cliches and take all the cliches out. I do this with my scripts too for my videos, which is why I'm so critical of people who are so cliche laden. I just hate cliches. So I'll take this and I'll rewrite it. But I'm not going to read it now because it would be very tedious if I read this to you. I don't think you guys would like that. But maybe I'll post it somewhere. And next week when Vanessa Root's on, she kind of challenged me a little bit. Or maybe I challenged her. I forget. No, I think she brought it up. that, and remember, she is a poet, so we're each going to read a poem, and it's going to be kind of terrifying. I consider myself I'm more of a writer who likes to write poems. I see poetry as a way to warm up. So if I'm about to write long form fiction, long form nonfiction, or even one of my scripts, I'll write poems to get my mind working so I'm thinking creatively when it comes to putting words together. That's the exercise. If I really want to turn it into something that I think is publishable, then it's worked on a bit more. So that is it. Oh, I see I have people to recognize. Thank you so much. Puppet Access. My dear friend, where'd you go? I have to scroll through, guys. I can scroll through the chat. I saw Puppet Access and then I lost it. So bear with me a second. Wow, I really went up fast. They should put them all in one spot. The lovely Puppet Access. Where are you, buddy? Dead air is the worst thing you can have. They tell me. Puppet Access. Thank you so much. $2 from Puppet Access. I believe in Ghost Cats. I don't believe in Ghost Cat, but Ghost Cat doesn't seem to care what we think. It's just here. But thank you, my friend. Very, very generous of you, and I appreciate it. It helps to keep the lights on. Thank you. And Michael Davis. Thank you, Michael. $20 from you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your confidence in me, and I will work hard to be worthy of it. So thank you very much. It's very encouraging, guys. All of the support, the likes. I see thumbs. They do show me thumbs going up for the likes. I appreciate that. And of course, the super chats are really great. Very, very good. Richard Rubin. Richard, thank you, my friend. $10. Good work, Hemingway. Thank you so much. I'm really glad you think so, and I really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you so much. So if you recall earlier, I was talking about this journal, how much fun I'm having with it. I'm writing poems. I'm making noises. Look at this. One of the things I'm tempted to do is to kind of wrinkle them all up. I want to like crunch them and then smooth it out and give it texture. I wouldn't want to do it before, but I kind of want to do it now. But I'm not going to, but I'm kind of tempted to. Maybe it's sort of creative destruction. But I do enjoy it. I'm really having a good time with this. I have added a couple new ones recently, and my wife has convinced me to keep it all Oxblood. So we're going exclusive Oxblood in this one. So super fun there. So I'm using the 149 quite a bit. Now let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a Mont Blanc 148? Because I never have. Actually, it's kind of a cheat. It's a notebook. But I just got this. Somebody sent this to me. Very nice. It's kind of a bonus gift. I'll say who soon. Very soon. But very nice. Little Mont Blanc notebook. So, and it's a 148. Isn't that cool? I thought that was cool. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. So let me show you another pen that I am using quite a bit, and another discussion that came up in regards to it. Very cheap pen carrier, guys. I'm almost embarrassed. And I have nicer pen carriers than this. I don't know why I carry this one. This one is made out of real toy dinosaur. Real plastic, guys. No fake plastic here. So when you open it, you have to be very careful because you don't want to scratch. So you have to put your finger kind of down where the zipper is and then pull your pen out. So why I'm carrying it in this, I don't have a good explanation except tradition. That's what I'm going with. So I am using this pen so much. I am really having a great time with it. We're getting to know each other. I am learning that it's getting wetter. It's getting wetter as I go on. So I'm really enjoying that so much. So this has been my pen as of late. Let's have a look at what it can do. Hey, look, sometimes my handwriting's nice. That's the Mag 600, by the way. I wrote that in Quebec. That's old. All right, here we go. Look at that nib. It is marvelous. Marvelous, I tell you. Marvelous, I tell you. Someone said I had the handwriting of a child. I thought that was funny. Picasso said, "It took me my entire life to learn to paint like a child." So maybe I'll think of it in those terms. Maybe it was a compliment. Oh, you know what? I'm writing medium. This is not a medium. It writes like a medium, but it's actually a fine. It's so fine. Also, talking about scribing noises. You guys know that I like to call this a scribing noise, kind of based on Melville's Bartleby, the Scrivener. Spelled correctly, Scrivener. I'm sorry. I love your pens, but I don't like your spelling. So I call that a scribing noise because I imagine that back in the 19th century when you had rooms full of scribes, all you heard was, this noise day and night. Here's something interesting. I don't know if you know this. Maybe you guys do. I did not until fairly recently. But Montblanc is now making their nibs. They're making their nibs now with a different consideration too. They're almost like Ferrari. You know, when Ferraris are built, there's an audio engineer. This is true. There's an audio engineer that literally tunes the sound of the exhaust to make sure that it has this incredible throaty Ferrari noise. I almost said safari because I'm so programmed to think in fountain pens. But so Ferrari does this. Hi, Laddie. Nice to see you. Always a pleasure. Thanks for the likes, everyone. I see them flying up there. So Montblanc now is tuning their nibs so that they make what I call the scribing noise. So that's interesting. They're now tuning their nibs in part for ASMR. So really interesting. All right. So let me tell you about this week's video, because if I don't tell you now, I might forget. So there's a couple of videos that are coming this week. Between now and when I see you again, there are a bunch of videos coming. And it's really probably the busiest time I've ever had on this channel. And I think you guys are going to like them. I need a little tea, forgive me. Our regular scheduled video on Thursday is called Obsessing Over Cursive Letters. That's simple. It's a camera setup a lot like this. It's set up kind of like this, with me writing and talking about obsessing over cursive letters. I've done it with capitals, and I thought I would do it with regular letters. I did that way back in November. I think I did the first one, and I filmed the second one so long ago I almost forget when I filmed it. But I really like it. It's one of my favorite videos because it's a little bit more laid back, a little more of a conversation between you and me. Isn't it kind of better when it's just kind of between you and me? I think so. I love doing presentation stuff, but I also like when it's more personal. It's just us. We can have some time together. I think that's really nice. So there's that video. I'm excited about that. And there's a video coming out this weekend that is a fountain pen themed comedy video. And it's very short, and I almost deleted it. But I made it just to see if I could. And I really kind of like the way it came out. And Helen thinks it's hilarious, but she's very biased, obviously. So you guys will either think it's funny and amusing, or you might be wondering what I'm up to. So I decided to kind of do it when, outside the usual programming, because it is very much outside the usual program, but it's funny. It's topical. It's all done in good fun. It parodies another famous YouTube channel. So hopefully some of you will know that. So I think you will enjoy that. It's also very short. Not quite like a short. It's done in this format, horizontal format. It's about 3 minutes long. So I didn't put credits at the end. I did put a thank you to the members because I love you guys and I appreciate it. But if you are looking for the long scrolling credits, I didn't put it for two reasons. One is, you guys didn't sign on for that. I mean, I appreciate your support, but you know, it's comedy. It's like different. So I felt like it should just kind of be me on that. And secondly, my ending credits take about 1.5 minutes. And if I put that on a 3-minute video, it would just tank it. YouTube wouldn't show it to anybody because most people sadly don't watch the end credits, even though I personally think some of my best stuff's in the end credits. Sometimes there's cool editing, interesting music, and plus you get a chance to see all the wonderful people that are a part of this channel. The producers, the executive producers, the producers, all there. So so if you watch it and you go, oh, where'd the credits go? You know, don't take it personally. It's just this one. Anna Paradox says, comedy's hard. Comedy is hard. We'll see how I do. You know, I mean, the worst thing is I bomb. So what? It's funny, though. I think you'll dig it. I'm not going to explain it, because if I do, it's not funny. So it is what it is. That's coming. I think it's time to talk about... I think it's time to talk about Grail pens, isn't it? I think it's time. Yep. Okay. So I lasted about 2 days. So it wasn't like I lied to you guys, as the thumbnail says. It's a bit of enticement to get you to watch. It was more like I had the best intentions, and it just fell apart very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I got to interrupt for Vermilion Tea. You cannot possibly take all the caliper measurements in 3 minutes for a parody. No, I didn't attack another YouTuber channel, but it would be funny to do kind of dislocated hands. But you know, the truth of the matter is I do dislocated hands sometimes myself. To some extent. I'm usually in the corner though too, because I think it's important to maintain human contact. You guys need to know that there's a person behind this channel who loves fountain pens, who's invested in you and you guys being inspired and learning and giving you new ideas and striving to give you good original content. And it's just like annoyed when you see other people just borrowing and recycling the same old boring stuff over and over and over again. I can't do it. I can't watch it. I don't want to be part of it. Maybe I will parody it one day, but I'd have to really be in a mood to do that. This pokes fun in a different direction. It's always better to kind of go after the big guys, the corporate guys, right? like punch up a little bit, isn't it? I think so. But, you know, it should be interesting. Oh, Terry. Lovely Terry. $9.99. Thank you so much. Thank you for your kindness, Tim. I'm trying desperately to find my forward. Too much, too close together. No time to repair my heart. This is the first outing, you might say. Yes, Grail pen time. Yes. Thank you so much, Terry. I appreciate the support. We're all thinking about you. We're all wishing you the best. And, you know, you guys can all reach out to Terry. Make sure she's okay. Sending you a big virtual hug. All right. So Grail pens. I lasted about 2 days. I did. And it ties into the other video. When I tell you guys why, you will understand. I can only talk around it right now because I am sworn to secrecy. But you will know very soon. Very, very, very soon. So soon. So, what happened was, about 2 days after I said it's my final Grail pen, I was approached as to whether or not I would like what I consider to be one of the, if not the hottest, most interesting, most compelling, and quite possibly the most beautiful fountain pens being released this year, which I didn't even know was imminent until someone said, would you like it? Chazmana. My brother goes by Chaz. That's a nice name. $5 from Chazmana. Thank you so much. Thank you. Your vote of confidence means a lot to me. Thank you. So I really was resigned to really get to know the Pelican M1000, which I'm using quite a bit. I took it to the office today. I took it to the office yesterday. I loved using it in a business setting. It's clipped to me all day. I didn't have a pocket. Most of my shirts have pockets. When I don't have a pocket, I just clip it into my placard of my shirt. And it lives there all day, next to my heart, which is where a pelican should go. Little pelican, little beak, right next to my heart. It'd be so cute. But I really like this pen, and I really wanted to spend a long time getting to know it and writing with it and everything else. That was my intention. I had every intention. But then one of the lovely people on this channel said, there's this opportunity. You can have this pen before it comes out. Kind of gives me enough time to work with it. You know what I mean? I can photograph it. I can learn it. I can film it, and I can have a video ready for release day. I love that. I love it. It's so rare, and it's very rare when I'm able to do that. It's rare probably for anybody. So super duper happy about that. So I have this pen, and it's right next to me. Right next to me, but I can't show you. I'm so sorry. I can't. But you will see it very, very, very soon. How soon? I'm going to release it on release date, and that's before you and I meet again. So that means you're going to get Obsessing Over Cursive Letters, you're going to get my comedy video, and then you're going to get this mysterious Grail pen to rule over all Grail pens. Like, I might have to carry this Grail pen back to Mordor. It's that kind of Grail pen. It's awesome. It's awesome. You know, I have a new saying. You know how people say it ain't over until the, lady sings? I feel like that's kind of insensitive. I try to be a nice person, so I don't say that. You know what I say instead? I say it ain't over till Frodo gets on the boat. Because it's not over when they get back to the Shire. We know that. It's not over when Aragorn becomes king. No, far from it. It's not over when Sam gets married, has kids. Still not over. I think 5 or 6 more things happen until Frodo gets on that boat. Then it's over. So that's when it's over. So that's my new saying. But so this pen that I have in my possession is so epic, so interesting. It was worth feeling a little silly that 2 days after I said I wouldn't have another Grail pen, I was like, yes, please send me this Grail pen. And it just came. And I am dying. I wish I could show you. I really want to, but I can't until release day. That was the one stipulation. So I have to stick to that. But the reason I wanted to tell you guys too is that it's I wouldn't want to just send it out there without me telling you why I did what I did, because I'd feel like there'd be a missing step. Like, no more Grail pens, and suddenly there's this, oh, check out this fantastic Grail pen that just came out. Here it is. You guys would be like, wait, what? What happened? So I just felt like I needed to talk to you and kind of tell you that it's just unique, compelling circumstances. And I've always been driven in my entire fountain pen hobby. The nature of this channel is curiosity. It's driven by that next experience. What's it like? Is it interesting? Is it worth it? What is it? It's just so interesting. Ooh, I love this Puppet Access. The Churchill Doctor Who 60th anniversary pen. If Conway Stewart should have put out a 60th anniversary Doctor Who pen. Is there such a thing? I'm assuming there's not, but there should be. That is the best. It's on that level, my friend. It is on that level. It is epic beyond epic. I almost can't believe it. I also think it might be the highest end pen we've ever looked at on this channel. So it's pretty exciting. I think you guys are going to dig it. And I'm not putting you in suspense for long, because it'll be up before we meet again. And you're going to have a lot of fun before. Also, Yoast is supposed to be sending me a piston fill Kaweco Sport. So that should be epic. I'll get to review that for you too. Have you guys watched his interview with what is it? I always forget his last name. Michael Gupperlet? I think that's it. At Kaweco. Somebody put it in the comments if you were. I forget exactly how to say his name. I think it's Gupperlet. The CEO of Kaweco, they talk all about the piston fill on Yoast's show, which he's doing live now. So good for him. That's not easy. And then I think they edit it for permanent posting, which is a good way to do. BJ says, curiosity may make you a ghost cat. So I'm dying to get my hands on the piston fill Sport, which I hear is a true piston fill. There's a lot of rumors that it's a captive converter, although the difference there is negligible, really, between a captive converter and a piston fill. Who knows what's in some of these pens? But the CEO, Michael, talks at length about how they worked out the sizing. They made the feed a little smaller. They had to trim down the knob on the piston fill just to get it all to work out to be one unified, elegant solution for filling your pen. And that's why I love that so much. I love it because piston fills, you have to consider the entire pen. You have to build it. It's unified. I really like that. Michael Davis says, I'm already 40 minutes in. I have to go 2 hours. I don't know. I'm actually making good time. I mean, I have some more stuff here. I think some of it I might save, but I want to cover all the important stuff. The very, very important stuff. I think it's exciting that we're having guests again. Guests are tough, guys. The logistics of that are really tough because you really have to have decent lighting and you have to have decent sound. And that's not easy in a live setting, even for myself, who should know how this setup works. Sometimes I watch it. Usually I clean up. It takes me about 10-15 minutes to clean up my setup here. And then I go into my living room and I'll watch it on the big television. Occasionally my sound is terrible and it really bugs me. Sometimes it's my fault. Sometimes it's not. Ecamm is a tricky beast. That's the streaming software I use. If you hit the echo cancellation, you sound very metallic. You sound like a Cylon. If you remember Battlestar Galactica from many years ago, the original. I want to show you guys something that I haven't shown on the channel, and I really want to. And it was almost the topic of tonight's show when that other pen came in, but I got this, and it's a Jinhao Dragon Spirit pen because it has dragons, and I like dragons. I got this about a month ago, I think. You might have seen it in some videos because I think it was in the Onion Skin Journal one. I took it out because it's pretty. Why am I interested in this? I think it's pretty and it has dragons. But it weighs, I think this weighs, I'll have to get a scale, but if I had to guess, this weighs like 70, 80 grams. It's ridiculous. If someone breaks into my house, I don't even need to pull my usual stuff. I could throw this at them. This is a home defense fountain pen. Maybe that's why it's a dragon. And by the way, all the weight is in the cap. The pen weighs nothing. This weighs maybe 25 grams. This weighs so much more. It's a pretty pen. I haven't used it yet. Haven't used it. But I'd like to. Ooh, it's squeaky. Oh, look at that high quality converter. That's a converter. What are you going to do? What do you want for $10 or whatever this was? Needs a little oil. It's like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. But I was going to talk about Chinese pens and this one specifically. And the reason is, in part, Chinese pens are kind of fun. You know, they're just kind of interesting because a lot of them are so crazy. They're so over-the-top crazy. This one is. This one's dreadful. I mean, it might write well, but you don't want to ever carry this around. It's so heavy. I'm going to need physical therapy for holding this up to show it to you. I feel like this pen is probably the definition of a desk pen. Put it on a pen stand, sign your name, but even unscrewing it, it's so off balance, it's miserable. It's a miserable experience. But I still respect it. I so respect, because it's new and it's different, and at least they're trying some new things. And you know, there are some pens you can't get. Some of you say good, right? Like remember my platinum pen that you guys all hated, the pink one, the Glamour? Well, you know, Majan makes a version of that, sort of similar. Puppet Access, a twofer. Thank you so much. $10. Misses out of earshot, so can donate properly now. You're so kind. P.S. Can you tell me the month for the 517D? Yes, so yes, you were kind enough to send me a pen, and I did a full review on it, which was very nice. I have a lot of pens to get to, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to tell you, but here's the thing. My schedule. Yeah, there you go. Sometimes words get lost on me, ladies and gentlemen. My schedule is going to be a little jumbled. I'm going to mix things around because I have to get that Skillshare commercial into one of them. But it looks like I have it currently scheduled for April 25th. So it's subject to change, but it'll be somewhere around there. So thank you. Very kind. But I'm embracing Chinese pens a bit more than I had been because there are ones that are really interesting to me. But I'm only looking at the really interesting sort of nutty ones and the ones that have a narrative that that are interesting to me. This one does. This one does. Grail pen. Grail pen. I'm trolling you guys. Grail pen. Grail pen. Can't wait for you guys to see it. I've never wanted to share something so much with you guys. You're going to love it. John Manuel asks if that's the Imogen pen. Every pen is the Imogen pen. Almost. Almost. Oh, Vermilion Tea. Chinese dragon pens at stop on the cool scale. I need, it's funny. I was thinking when I was driving home from the office today, what if Helen and I did another episode of Cool or Not Cool live? Wouldn't that be fun? I'd have to watch my language, but we could do that. She could be next to me, hold up different pens, have a little chat. That'd be super fun. We are going to do something together, her and I, for the channel. It's a little different, though, than Cool or Not Cool, but along the same lines. So I think you guys will like it. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, I'm going to have to save for later because I forgot to bring my Lami Ink over. But Simply Obs, you love tempting us. I do kind of like stretching things out and teasing you. But I will tell you, I'm getting a lot of troll comments. I'm sorry, guys. I can't help it. If I could, I would, believe me. And when I do, you're all going to understand. Believe me. When it comes out, you're going to be like, wow, he was not kidding. That is one incredible pen. You might not like it, might not be your cup of tea, but you're going to say, wow, that makes sense. So that should be very, very fun. I get lots of love for Helen and I when we do stuff together. And, I have to make my pitch. I always pitch at least once during an episode. We're very late tonight. But I do want to say, if you've watched this far, please subscribe. I would love to get to know you. And I really like seeing new subscribers. It's one of the ways that I know I'm reaching people. It makes me happy. And I think I can make you happy. I won't bore you. I'll give you original, interesting content. And if you want to support even more, become a member. We're doing the Pen Pal group. We're doing lots. I'm late for doing a Zoom meeting. I should do one of those soon. But you guys have to know I'm killing myself doing 4 videos in a week because I also work about 50 hours a week. So there's that. And you know how I am productive? Do you know why I'm so productive? There's 2 reasons. There's 2 reasons it's like the secret of my productivity and success in life. One is, and I'm sharing this with you guys, and I'm on it. I'm being totally honest. One is I am extremely disciplined. So if I say that a certain time period I'm going to make a video, I do it in that time period. And I plan out my days in advance and I know what I'm doing. And I do things like I write scripts in the morning. I also do some of my photo editing in the morning. I do my Italian lesson in the morning. I do Italian lessons now during breakfast, lunch, and dinner because I'm learning Italian. I want to be fluent. I speak a little now, but I want to be fluent. So I'm working on that. And I'm going to Italy with everyone. So I want to make sure I can be as effective as I can when I'm there. So that's one secret to my success. I'm very, very disciplined. The second, I don't sleep a lot. So I probably sleep, if I'm lucky, I get 6 hours of sleep. I probably sleep somewhere between 4 and 5 hours a night. And I don't I won't say I don't need it because I often will take a nap when I get home from work for like 45 minutes. But it's just the way my metabolism's been going, and I just do stuff. I'm always doing something. I'm always moving. So that's my secret, and that's how I do what I do. And I also kind of build in fail safes. So the YouTube channel has about 2 months of videos out on the horizon. So if I get sick or something happens, it doesn't make me stressed. I don't have to go, oh man, I got to get a video up and then put up something that's not worthy of the channel or your attention, which is worse, right? I have such a lead time. I could eat 3 weeks and still be fine and recover. So that's my secrets to where I am. Let me see what Vincenzo says. Same here, buddy. Sleep is overrated. I'll sleep when I'm retired. Let's put it that way. Very cool. Very cool stuff. Did we miss anything? I went through a lot. This is probably the quickest I've gone through stuff. I was right. It is Michael Gutperle. I did get that right. Probably, maybe it's a hard T at the end. My pronunciation's idiosyncratic as it is. So I think you guys can handle that. Miss Marilyn Darling, how are you? Nice to see you. Lots of good stuff. So Washington, D.C. is booked. We are taking a road trip down there. My Jeep is back after the policeman backed into it when it was parked. It's now fixed, although it has to go in tomorrow. There was a bracket they have to replace, and it's going to be in for 3 hours. But it's more or less back, so I'm very happy about that. We're going to take the Jeep down to Washington. We're going to drive, which should be interesting. Joseph Brown reminded me about the Commonwealth show. Yes, well, yes, I'll definitely be at the Commonwealth show. And that's the 14th, the weekend of the 14th in Somerville at the Armory, if I'm not mistaken. So that I expect to be really exciting because there's a lot of pent-up demand for the Commonwealth Pen Show. It was super fun 2 years ago, but then we missed last year. So there's a lot of people that are just really excited about having a fountain pen show in New England again. We might see Vincenzo there. John Manuel is going to see me in DC, but we're going to see Wolfgate Witch at the Commonwealth, I imagine. So that'll be super fun. That's like my hometown show. I wouldn't miss that for the world. So if you guys want to meet me out and about in the world, you have some opportunities. I'm fairly approachable. I'm pretty much exactly as I appear to be in person as here. Maybe some of the folks who have met me that are in the comments can say that. But, come up and say hello if you do see me. But I'm sure I'll hold court at the Commonwealth. And I'll be at the Washington, D.C. pen show. I'm going to roll in the night before. I'm going to be there one day, and then I'm going to leave the next morning. So, but I'm super excited to make an appearance. So I'll be there. I can't remember which. I think it's all day Saturday. I think. But as we get closer, I'll let you know. So you can meet me at the Commonwealth. You can meet me in DC. Or maybe you can meet me in Rome. If you'd like. You never know. So, ladies and gentlemen. We covered a lot of ground quickly. I'm proud of what we did. I'm proud of what we've done and what is about to happen. Joseph Brown saying lovely things. Yes, I met him at the Commonwealth. We talk fairly regularly. Lovely chap. Saying nice things about my family. My daughter got a lot taller since you saw her last. I could carry her with one arm before. Now she's half my height. So super fun. So by the time we meet again next week, you will have seen future conditional tense. I love the future conditional. I'm working it in everywhere I can. By the time we see each other again, you will have seen 3 more videos from me. So I'm going to be slightly overexposed this week, but it's okay. It'll be fun. Now, the reason is that the comedy video was created for April 1st, which is, what do you call it? April Fool's Day. But then I had to shift things around a little. So then I decided to do it slightly before, but it'll still be there for April 1st. And then the big release is coming, and then obsessing over cursive letters. So it should be super fun. I hope you enjoy it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've said it all. I think it's time that I say my goodnights, but not before I send my love to you and my thanks and my appreciation. This day, this moment is a turning point. We're doing great things. We're moving in a fantastic direction. This week is going to be a lot of fun. So I appreciate you guys being there. I appreciate all your love and support. And I can promise you one thing always. We will see each other again. You and me. We'll see each other further up the road. So thank you. Take care of yourselves.